We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello Aromas, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. We're here. Don't know if I'm sleepwalking or dreaming. Hopefully I'm dreaming. Hopefully we sprinkled those stuff on the floor. Hopefully. Darkness gave way to light. Whoa, where the fuck am I? And I realized I knew this place. The place in my dream. It was in the woods, somewhere near our old house. Oh shit, I'm dreaming? She's in my dream. She's very beautiful. I didn't know why I was there, or rather why the me in my dream was there, because I felt her as a distinctively separate entity from me. But she was so relieved somehow. So glad to be away from something. I wasn't sure what she was glad to be away from, but I was surprised by an intense feeling of, what was it? What was this? Longing? Surrounded by the little lights and the familiar singing, all she wanted in that moment was to go home. There was a panicked yell and everything screeched to a halt. In the distance was a familiar face, half obscured by trees and foliage. Spencer! October 25th. Oh, I woke with a start and lay staring up at the ceiling in my bedroom, trying to catch my breath. That had been an odd dream. I struggled to remember the details, but it was already fading, except that feeling of homesickness and seeing Spencer there at the end. I shivered and groped around the dark for my comforter, which I had apparently thrown off at some point. When I couldn't find it, I sat up and squinted blearily around the room. My blankets were strewn on the floor and a conspicuous trail leading toward the door. Okay. I swung my feet over the edge of the bed and stood, wincing the moment I put pressure on my feet. Ugh! What? I sat and pulled one foot onto my lap, inspecting it. Nothing looked amiss, but it felt weirdly tingly and warm to the touch. I glanced toward the door and the trail of bedding again. The only thing I could think was that I tried to escape, realized I couldn't, and had returned to bed. Still, my feet really hurt. How hard did I try to get across the barrier if I left my feet in this state? Chewing my lip worriedly, I got up again and went to retrieve my blankets. I glanced at my clock. A glance at my clock told me it was just past 1 in the morning. I was hoping I could get back to sleep so I wouldn't be a zombie when Mom came to wake me up. I gathered my blankets in a ball and muttered to myself about having to make my bed again at 1 in the morning. Maybe I should just start strapping myself down. I paused when I heard something odd. What was that? I was still standing in the middle of my room with my arms full of messed up bedding. I listened carefully. There it is again. What even is that? What? There's a strange sound, sort of squishing and wet. That's disgusting. This one leaves something dripping. Bitch, if it's a blob, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight. It didn't really sound like dripping faucet though. That'll be disgusting. Ew. Ugh, please tell me that stupid brownie isn't up to something weird again. Oh, I don't want to be in here alone with mirrors. I dropped the blankets on my bed and crept to the bathroom. I didn't usually bother using the herbs across the bathroom door, since the only way out through there was through Spencer's room, and if I ever even tried that, I'd freak out and inevitably wake me up. Pushing the door open, I glanced in the bathroom. There didn't seem— she is bold as fuck. I would've just went to sleep. Fuck that. There didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary there. When I stepped inside, the cold tile felt nice against my sore feet. I'm very scared. I'm gonna pull the mic back, because I don't know what's gonna pop out at me, so thank you. Let's go back to bed. The faucet was dry, but I twisted the knobs anyway just to be sure. I heard the noise again and jerked my head towards Spencer's side. That came from Spencer's room. Didn't we let in a spirit when we had the window open? If that brownie was in there doing something to his homework and so help me. I gently pushed the door open and peeked inside. God, I'm very fucking scared. At first, I didn't really notice anything strange. A big lump was spread on his bed. He was still asleep. It was super cold, though. Is this window open again? Oh God, I'm so scared. I was debating sneaking in and closing when the shadows near his bed just shifted. What the? Suddenly, a thin black shape zipped toward the window and vanished between the curtains. Without thinking, I threw the door wide open and rushed into the room, but it was gone. I stared at the gap between the curtains where it had gone, frowning. What was that? The brownie? It had seemed bigger, but I couldn't say for sure. I'd only ever seen the brownie when it was toddling around, seemingly fine with being seen. I had never caught it in the act of terrorizing my brother. Maybe I startled it. I rubbed my eyes. Why is this window open? Close that. Jeez, I rubbed my eyes as I looked around. Aside from the window, there was nothing out of place, and Spencer, weirdly enough, was still fast asleep. I tiptoed to his bedside. Yep, still sleeping like a log. That was weird, though. I quietly looked around the head of his bed where I'd seen that shadow, but of course there was nothing there. Definitely nothing that looked like a prank in progress. I'm really scared. Can we hurry and get out of here? I cast another look at Spencer, surprised he hadn't woken up yet. He was usually such a light sleeper. He looked so much younger in his sleep. I suppose that all the people looked that way. I reached toward him, almost unconsciously, but pulled my hand away when I realized what I was doing. Best to not wake him up. He'd had a lot to deal with the past few days. What if that thing is sucking his soul? And I doubt he'd take well to me being in his room. I did shut the window, though, before making my escape. Am I gonna see my reflection in the mirror? Left his door to the bathroom open a crack, and mine open all the way just in case. Maybe the brownie was caught in the act. It would give up and leave him alone for the one night. Maybe. Okay, thank God it's morning. God, Jesus. Morning came way too soon. No, morning came exactly on time. When the alarm didn't wake me up, my mom's familiar call to wake up cut right through sleep and dragged me relentlessly into the world of waking. I lay in bed, bundled into my blankets for a long moment, wishing I could just stay put and sleep in. Mom called again and I finally dragged myself out of my blankets. I was so looking forward to a time when I could plan my day around me hating mornings. Still rubbing my eyes, I staggered to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. I pushed the door open, surprised to come face to face with Spencer. Well, not really face to face. He was in front of the sink brushing his teeth, looking every bit the zombie that I felt. I eyed him warily from my door. He looked really tired. You okay? Not much of a response, but at least he hadn't bit my head off. No, I think that thing is sucking his soul or something. Things were still tense between us, but after he'd come home from the library, he seemed somehow more tolerant of my existence. The air hadn't really been cleared, but maybe just acknowledging the dark cloud and why it was there made it easier to tolerate. I decided to leave him there to finish up in the bathroom while I went to pick clothes out and brush my hair. I had managed to mostly wake myself by the time I finally came out of my room. My feet were feeling better than they had been last night, but it was still worrying that I had apparently been that determined to exit my room. I wonder if I should set up some kind of recording device. I didn't want to overreact, but it felt a little like it was getting out of hand. Would manage to contain me, but that hadn't solved the problem. Every other theory aside, the sleepwalking was still a mystery. I was becoming more convinced it wasn't just a sleep disorder, though. I wasn't sure if it was comforting or not. One thing was certain, I was really glad I thought to start sprinkling some of those herbs on the windowsill. If I wanted to leave that badly at night, I would not be shocked if I tried to use a window at some point. And leaping out a second-story window in the middle of the night just did not seem like it would end well for me. But the real question is where I want to go so badly. Though I didn't know why, I defaulted to thinking I wanted to go somewhere. Maybe it was just acting out my dreams, like that one last night. I didn't remember it all, but I did remember that stark feeling of longing, almost like homesickness. I stopped short, an unpleasant feeling of realization creeping up on me. Maybe I'm sneaking out at night because I subconsciously want to get home. But that would mean that this wasn't my home. I pushed that thought away and snatched a half-empty glass jar off my bedside table. I just go to get my coffee and pretend that thought hadn't started to occur to me. I was halfway through dispelling my herb barrier when Spencer stepped into the hallway from his room and paused to watch me. I ignored him. Now that he knew what was going on, there was really no reason to hide it anymore, was there? What are you doing? I saw you doing that yesterday too. I've been doing it every day since last week. What's in that jar? In this one, bluebells and some other stuff. I don't know what all the herbs are. They dispelled the barrier I put up last night, allowing me to safely leave my room. Barrier? How can that be a barrier? I don't know the details of how it works, other than it has something to do with some plants reacting negatively when exposed to fey magic or something. It was Allie's idea. I corked the little jar and set it on the shelf just inside my room. After I told Allie about my sleepwalking, she had someone make something that would help keep me inside. But since I do need to be able to leave my room each morning, I use this one to neutralize the other one. Does it actually work? You sure I know I haven't left the house recently? Not since I started using this. So I guess it does. I didn't know why, but it irritated me. His questions, his incredulity. It shouldn't. I felt the same way about it at first. He was standing there, looking so bewildered and worried. I felt the same way, and yet here I was expecting to calmly explain it all to someone who was convinced I didn't belong here. You really, truly don't know what's going on with you, do you? I gave him an exasperated look. No, I don't. I've been saying that the whole time. Spencer, come on. I'm not lying. Does it look like I'm lying? Ugh. You're not the only one confused by all this. I wish you'd just believe me. He ain't gonna fucking believe me. Oh, that's fucking rude. Okay. Okay, so I do wish he would believe me. I thought if choosing that, he wouldn't believe me at all. I wish he'd just believe me. I know it's hard, but it's hard for me to believe your story too, but I'm at least trying. I'm also trying, you know? Oh, this is what trying looks like. Given what I saw back then, it's hard to believe you don't know what's going on. Even if I was some sort of imposter, what reason would I even have to lie to you for such a long time? Even if I am a changeling, why would I keep hanging around here when I know you're suspicious of me? I don't know. Neither do I. I left him there and started down the kitchen alone. Ichiko, I sighed and looked back at him. Yeah? I want to believe you, I really do. Yeah. I settled against the table with a cup of coffee just as Spencer was coming downstairs. Mom was nowhere in sight at the moment. By the way, I looked up at him, surprised that once again he'd spoken to me first. Keys? Check the front cabinet. That seems to be the favorite spot. Spencer just sighed. I don't suppose we can find a way to make it stop doing that. The one bright spot so far, he'd stopped blaming me for taking his stuff. He still couldn't see the brownie, but he accepted that it was there. Over the weekend, I've been able to somewhat explain what it was and my theory for why I was angry at him. I wasn't sure, but I thought it might be related to him kicking over the mushrooms on the day we moved in. I can try to look into it today. I'm sure it's probably something simple. I can look into it myself. You don't have to. I don't mind. Maybe spending some time on something else for a while will help clear my head. Maybe I just need to give myself a break so I can have a fresh perspective on everything else. Besides, that little kitten needed to be dealt with. Apparently last night I had been up to something in Spencer's room. Even if Spencer wasn't blaming me anymore, its pranks were still annoyance. It would be better for everyone if we could figure out how to appease it and just move on. One less thing for us to worry about. Spencer left to go hunt down the keys and I finished my coffee. I went to rinse the mug just as Spencer returned with Mom on his heels. But you look really tired. I hope you aren't having a relapse. I'm fine. I just had weird dreams is all. Yeah, those dark circles under his eyes were bound to catch her attention. She was a hawk when it came to noticing that kind of thing, but was oddly unobservant when it came to her kids sneaking out at night and barely having magic abilities. Weird! In any case, Spencer had been sound asleep when I was in his room last night, to the point that he hadn't been aware I was even there. Because that thing is sucking his soul, okay? It was strange he was so tired. Then again, I knew how exhausting weird dreams could be. I'm tired too. Of course, mine tended to involve midnight rambles through the woods as well, so whatever. I felt like we both just needed a vacation, and that thought just made me feel sort of weirdly old. I'm worried about you driving to school alone. You look like you fall asleep at the wheel. I'm not that tired. Michiko, is Allie driving you this morning, or do you think you can drive Spencer? Ugh, Allie. Things have been so awkward since that conversation in the library. I still needed some time to get my thoughts straight after that. The idea that she'd even consider that I wasn't, it felt like betrayal. I've been battling with the feeling I might be overreacting along with the feelings like maybe she should stop to consider my position a little more. Allie was supposed to drive me today, but I can always text her. She hasn't left yet, most likely. Would you? I don't need Michiko to drive me. I don't want her to drive me. Her driving is terrifying. Well, how Tyler feels about my driving, but at least it will wake you up, right? He gave me a sour look. For the entire 10 seconds it takes you to drive us off into a ditch. I've never actually wrecked the car, you know, but it's probably hard to sleep when you're clutching the armrest, yelling, "You're not driving today. You're no fun." We both stopped and looked at her when she smiled, when she giggled slightly. What? You too. I haven't seen you tease each other like that in so long. I wasn't teasing. She really is an awful driver. Hey, maybe that's because someone doesn't let me practice. Mom just laughed quietly as she went to pour herself a cup of coffee. Teasing, huh? Actually, it had been a while since we had an exchange like that. I'll give Allie a call. You don't have to. It'll make Mom feel better, and I'll let you drive. I can poke you from the passenger seat if you nod off. I grabbed my phone and stepped up just outside on the back porch as I dialed Allie's number. Hey, what's up? It's rare for you to call so early. I just wanted to let you know I'm riding with Spencer today. Mom's still a little worried about him not being fully recovered or something. She's kind of bugging me to ride with him. Oh, I'll ride with you tomorrow, okay? Okay. Hey, yeah? Are we okay? I mean, really okay? I sighed softly. It wasn't like I could stay mad at her. I wasn't even mad, really. Just sad, disappointed, hurt, broken, frustrated. Also a thing. I hurt Spencer, myself, life in general. I didn't know how to vocalize any of that to her, but in the end it didn't mean we weren't okay. We were, or at least we would be. Hopefully. Yes, we are, of course. I really am doing this to make Mom feel better. She's convinced Spencer's going to fall asleep at the wheel or something. He doesn't want me to drive, so I'm the designated poker. I have to ride with him and jab him awake if he falls asleep. I bet he loves that idea. Yeah, no, not really. Okay, well, I hope he feels better. I'm sure he's fine. Then I'll see you at school. Okay, see you there. I hung up and rubbed my face. I didn't like things being weird between us. We had to find time and just clear the air. The car ride was strange, and this is where I'm going to stop for today. Because there's gonna be some EBGBs happening to Spencer. I'm pretty sure we're gonna find out a blob is sucking his life force, or it's doing something to gain all his energy, because he should have woken up from us stepping into his room. So I'm not excited to see whatever the fuck that blob is gonna be. Or what if it's the old lady coming and attacked us because I didn't help her with her groceries. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
touch it, touch it, touch it.